Men who were trapped in abusive relationships, what's your story? My girlfriend of almost 10 years was just scary. She only ever laughed or smiled when people or animals got hurt, and she'd go full-on screaming mad at the slightest things. She's tried to smash a heavy glass beer mug over my head once because I forgot to bring her home snacks. She's broken one of my collectible whiskey glasses and used it to hurt herself until she passed out from loss of red in front of me, and in a fit of rage has tried to kick our cat. The cat luckily dodged and scraped the beach in her face, but I digress. I finally broke up with her after she got cancer. She came home one day and just broke down in my arms, saying she was just diagnosed with cancer. I asked her questions about it because this was so sudden it almost made no sense, but she just flipped out and begged me to take care of her. I obliged, and for months I was on her side. I saw her lose her hair, I sold some of my own things to foot her medical bills, and even isolated myself from my friends and family to take care of her. Well, turns out she never had cancer. I found this out when one day I looked through her stack of medical bills when I noticed a calculation error. I called up the hospital the bills were from, and the doctors there confirmed they had no patient by her name. I confronted her about it the next day, and she tried to deny it at first, but eventually admitted it. She never had cancer. She shaved her own head, created false medical bills, and isolated me from my friends, all as a test to see how much I loved her. I broke up with her that day, and that's when things got a whole lot worse. She first moved into her friend Courtney's place, and at first I didn't hear from her for weeks, but then I started noticing strange things around his apartment. Books were moved, alcohol was missing from the fridge, my mirror was moved, and things disappeared from his bedroom. I installed surveillance cameras, and the first time I ever looked through them, my suspicions were confirmed. My now ex-girlfriend had secretly made copies of my house key and was coming into my home when I was at work. I debated about whether or not to call the police, and ultimately made my decision. I left my ex a voicemail, warning her that if she ever tries to come into my home again, I will have her arrested. Well, later that same night, Courtney called me in a panic because my ex listened to the voicemail. She got so angry at my threat, she beat Courtney up, and in a drunken rage left on foot, saying she was going to my place to unalive me. She intended to walk for 2.5 hours through a snowstorm to get to my place. I of course called the police instantly, and they found her walking on the side of the road carrying a hunting knife. They checked her into an inpatient mental health facility, and since then, I have moved. She still reaches out to me to this day, however, threatening to find me and unalive me.